How's it going, fellas? BeastmodeGuNs here, and welcome to cast number 15 of my Supreme Commander Fortune Alliance cast series. Today we have a 1v1 on Craftious Maximus, and we have Morax versus R4sperdan. R4sperdan shall be on the top left as gray UEF, dark gray black UEF, and Morax as orange, a nice orange Cybran on the bottom right. So they are playing diagonal of each other. This is a 6-player map for 3v3s, left versus right usually, but it is being played in 1v1 style this particular time. So I'll just go ahead and turn this volume stuff up a little. My bad. I turned it down prior to the cast, but I think it's better for me to have it up a bit. It's a bit more quiet than I expected, to put simply. Alright, let's get right into it. Anyways, both Morax and R4sperdan are both a power VoR, and they are both some pretty decent players. Of course, they're better than me, but you know, I guess technically speaking, I guess depending on what the average rating area is for average Joes, I'm pretty sure that's what they'd be. But they're both pretty decent 1v1, especially R4sperdan. Both participated in the IGC that passed. Empire won that, by the way. And anyways, let's look at what's going on. Enough chit chat. So anyways, we've got Morax here is going for the who's gone first land, 1 P-Gen, 4 mass extractors, and the Hydro. He's probably going to do a second there, and then he's queuing up all this land spam and all this power. So he's going to go heavy power and air. And then on the top left here, we have R4sperdan doing who's gone first land, the usual mass extractors, Hydro, and is now building P-Gens. He's also going to build a lot of power and do a second air. So we'll see if someone gets a first bomber. There's a lot of nice rock reclaim on the bottom and upper middles, on the lower and upper middles for rock wise. So you do want to engineer and get, but you know it's not any actual dead units or anything, so it's not anything major. It's not a large amount. Still worthwhile. There are all these little islands that you can drop, and the way the water works, and since there's actually mass extractors in the water as well, submarine warfare is a viable strategy in this map. Just using the Navy to pick off mexes. Anyways, how are the units going? Well, R4sperdan has tanks going out, a few strikers, one going on the bottom to this mast right here, and one going on the top alongside a land scout going up here to I guess make sure this mast is secure. And then it looks like Morax has opted for a single mantis and a land scout at the moment that is not particularly going anywhere at the moment. He actually has gone second Navy. That's interestingly enough. He's gonna deny early mass and get some early harassment, possibly just deny mass in the water, because you know you can't kill the engineers before they actually finish building mexes. So that'll be nice to see from him. And yeah, it looks like if R4sperdan's gonna try go down. Ras is gonna try go down here and try to raid these mass points, but there's no NG here. The NG here hasn't arrived yet. It looks like Morax is going for overall I guess it would be considered lower expansion, slower expansion, my bad. R4sperdan does have more mexes, so early mass advantage to him, 25 to 17. Power advantage he also has. Alright, so early eco advantage to him. And Morax does have his first air factory up here. He's going to go ahead and go first interceptor. And speaking of air, though, there is a land air scout here from Ras. And then this tank right here does pick off that engineer that was coming around the hill here. So I guess he never noticed it. But I mean, hey, that happens. Bomber in from Ras going in for this engineer and this P-Gens. Of course, bombers are more accurate and do micro better with the current mechanics, courtesy of Zoc. Morax's Manti here running right into the ACU, just getting a bad time, just becoming free mass. Raiders doing their thing. See how Ras is doing. Ras is currently at 1 land factory. Oh, actually, 3 land factories just about and 1 air factory. He's going to push land spam. Morax is not in too much of a capable position to push a land spam, and he's actually lost the engineers around his base, so he's going to fall behind on spam. Eco-wise, his ACU claiming this post is going to help, but Raz is getting his as well, his mass as well. Morax does have frigates, so he's going to try the 9 Navy. This naval factory right here does have a frigate being, I mean, not bad, my bad, a submarine being produced for it, and Morax is going to try to shoot, but unless his second frigate can get over there right now, which from his current position is impossible quick enough, the submarine will finish and kill the frigate. So he'll need to make a submarine here. He'll need to stop making frigates, unless he has some method to just torp bomb or reclaim the subs. And it does look like Morax has placed down a land factory on his upper right of his ACU, while seeing his ACU reclaim the mass. My bad, build the mexes. And of course this 2 Manti will engage a striker right here, 2-to-1 advantage. However, they don't keep on their target, and they do pick off the land scout, but the striker survives. And then now this frigate, seeing that there's a submarine there, it's just going up, hoping to pick up off an engineer maybe, and if he's quick enough, he'll deny this engineer right here, these 2 mass points. So that's always good. 2 strikers right here, just killing these mass points that Morax has left abandoned, and Morax has now noticed he's sending his 2 Mantis up, but Raz has also noticed sending his strikers up, and these 3 mexes are going to be dead. Never a good setback, especially if it's 3 mexes. A map like this, especially, you gotta have as much territory control as possible. Something I'm not too good at. Something I'm not good at myself. You know. All right, so looks like Morax has blasted a few of these mass extractors here, though. That's nice. So Raz is gonna lose a mass extractor anyway. Morax is using this second frigate to kill this naval factory, but hopefully he'll finish killing it before this. Ooh, 99%. Oh, he didn't finish it. The submarine finished right as the factory got destroyed. Tough luck. That's lucky. That will give R4sperdan some defense capabilities against these frigates. So these frigates are just chewing down 3 mass extractors in Raz's main base. Although eco-wise, though, Raz still has a significant advantage here over Morax, sitting at 59 mass and 740 power. Morax has half that power and a little less on mass. Of course, the advantage is big enough. The eco-wise, both seem to be stable. I imagine if they want to, I imagine if Raz wanted to, I imagine he could upgrade Tech to Mex. Let's see if he's actually done that anywhere. No, he hasn't. Doesn't look like. It looks like he has done the drops to get these mexes up here, and he'll have to defend those as well, but it doesn't look like Morax is really going to do much with fair. And now these Manti over here pushing these strikers back on the bottom flank, but they're going to go into this ACU here. Morax is going to get turned back around after killing some of these engineers, otherwise he's just going to donate mass anyways. And instead he's going to dual charge right, and he'll have destroyed all the engineers here at least, but this Manti might be dead. Oh no, this one will be dead, but the R4 will pull back. On the top, it looks like Morax has placed down 4 land factories, 3 more land factories in addition to one he has currently, and he's now basing this position for his spam, and he's just going to go aggressive on that. And then aside from that, he has 5 other land factories in his core base, so he's going to try to push a spam and make up for the lack of eco. Although he's going to have a big problem here in a sec for his main base, because R4sperdan is pushing a nice assault force, a nice small assault force of 22 strikers and 4 Lobos plus Archer AA and some scouts. But it looks like Morax is sitting at 14 Manti here. He does have a point defense, so that'll give him that'll give him an edge if he can lure those units in. It looks like that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to pull out and then try to pull those units in, but it doesn't look like Raz is going to take the bait, and he's just going to retreat. Now some nice Medusa action here from Morax, just killing this mass extractors, killing this AA here. Hopefully giving Morax some, well, hopefully for Morax giving him some breathing room to move his air around, and he'll need some sort of advantage because there is Tech 2 Nexus here from Raz now, and there is Tech 2 Land now from Tech 2 Land from Raz. Now this little land battle going on here. Morax does have an advantage here. He's kind of pushing. These units are stuck up on the hill, but there's a point defense here. So he is sending a few Manti in to take the brunt of the fire and just kill them, and hopefully he'll. Hopefully, I was hoping he'd use his Medusa to start pushing the point defense, but that's obviously not the case because he can kite out those units. Almost bad mistake there. Ras was just about to have landed his interceptors, and they would have died, but he's realized his mistake, so he's just grouping them up. He's not really doing any aggressive air. He has the air control. He could make some bombers or something, but he's not. And it would be a good idea for him because Morax wouldn't have much counter to it, but he's choosing not to. Morax has shifted his ACU down to the bottom in the meanwhile, and he's gonna take care of the army there, since that's where a lot of the more aggressive units from Ras is. And Ras is just gonna push right through the ACU anyways, try to link up with his second group right here to kill these two but they'll fail, but to these Manti. And then these guys can kill this mass extractors right here. But the reclaim value though is going to go in Morax's favor. The reclaim worth alone. And now, of course, we're seeing pillars here coming out from Ras on the top. That's going to be a problem for Morax if Ras gets to mass them up enough. Ras has also built a TMD here, so now any attempts to TML anything from Morax will go. And then this strike, this pillar actually goes headlong alone into this whole Mantis group, and it dies, and it'll become a potential vet and mass for these Mantises if Morax is able to get this engineer on it, and we'll see if he is. But I mean, if you have idle engineers, so my TV, you should always hear system is something will put them to attack move for reclaim. As an idle engineer, it's never really a good engineer. Anyways, little standoff here going on. Artillery from Morax banging up some of the forward tanks here from Ras in his row, but he is having more and more pillars. He's sitting at 4 pillars, so he's going to start pushing now. And now Morax's units are in a very spread out position. I think he realizes this. He's going to try to pull back and group up. And of course now though, Morax has many more factories here on the bottom right side. He's sitting at 10 factories in his spawn point and 4 factories on the top area for the fire base. He does have the point defense here to help him against this incoming pillars, but it won't go for long unless he can actually kill these pillars. And it looks like we're starting to see, though, the pillar advantage wearing in as more Manti are dying and less strikers and pillars are dying. That's just the advantage of Tech 2. Now Morax is going to actually go ahead and throw all his units up to the right side. And he is making an upgrade here. This appears to be a Tech 2 upgrade. See, but he's extremely negative on mass, though, sitting at only 53 mass. He hasn't really got up that high in the last few minutes. And that's going to hurt him a lot. While Ras is sitting pretty overflowing mass, not really upgrading anything. He does have Tech 2 power, and that's just his advantage. And if Morax can't do anything, then he's going to feel over more and more in the long run. All these now there's 3 Tech 2, actually, yeah, 3 Tech 2 land factories aside from the HQ factory up now, and we're starting to see more and more pillars. Now, unless Morax can find his ACU and just push it, then he is going to lose. As is now, Morax will lose the top right flank here. He has an E-code, and he hasn't made a Tech 2 land or attempted to upgrade a factory for it. And he's just focused on heavy spam here, trying to catch up to R4s earlier in the game, since Morax had didn't have so many factories early on, but now him staying on Tech 1 land too long is starting to kick in, and now these units are just kind of slinking here. They have wiped out this top spot, good for him. Yeah, he's not as bad on mass now, but he's still pretty shitty. He needs to get, he needs to take care of this sub, and which he's already doing, of course. And he needs to obviously reclaim his mass points, something that I would normally be slow at. Now these interceptors here from R4s are landing here, and this could be a opportunity here for Morax. He's not moving, and the Medusas are hitting them. He does down one, but the rest get away. Lone pillar here for Lone Striker, about to suffer to the Medusas and the Manti coming in, and these Manti are just gonna slink out and try to cut off the route for these pillars. And now the ACU here from Morax as well. Let me check if he has energy storage. No, Morax does not have energy storage. He has to be careful how he uses his ACU, or I think it could become trouble for him. And now, whatever happened to his land spamming, though, since he can reach for all the spam to the top. Now there's another smaller force spearheaded by a few pillars here in the bottom right that are going to go ahead and push up. There is point defense and a few Manti Medusa to greet them, but the numbers and tech levels are just too different. And now here we see the an actual decent match of Medusa and Mantis here, just destroying on these pillars. And this particular pillar has 3 levels of vet, so it'll be nice for him to destroy that. It's that pillar and this one too, actually. Yeah, these pillars have shed a lot of Cybran blood. And these pillars are slipping, but Morax is going to go ahead and pit some of his units he has coming out of production here from the bottom at his main base, and he is going to go ahead and destroy these pillars, although now these guys are going to push right here and destroy his core mexes. In the meanwhile, though, it looks like Morax has actually gone for a heavy navy spam, actually. He's currently sitting at 4 complete naval factories, 2 more being built, but a lot more trouble coming in, though. A lot more tech to pillars, and now some Janus fighter bombers coming in, and they are just going to start hammering Morax's power here. There we go. Several power generators in one go, at least 6. Actually, yeah, 5 actually. And it's just Morax. To be honest, Morax played well on his defense there for a little bit, but once R4s got to T2, that always seems to be what happens. If you have the economy, and you're keeping your enemy at bay, and you're on the offensive, then you usually end up tech ecoing a little, and then teching to Tech 2, and then spamming Tech 2, or skipping Tech 2 and rushing straight to Tech 3. The choice is yours, but in this case, Tech 2 spam has proved a lot more viable, especially if your opponent is going for a Tech 1 spam. Morax does have Tech 2 land now. He is building this flak here because there's Corsairs, and he's building this engineer, but too little too late, though. You got five Januses blazing the base. You got this large pillar force pushing in, and a decreasing map control for Morax. It's just, I feel like this battle's aside. We'll go ahead and speed this up here a bit, see how this ends. Yeah, we got these pillars pushing in here, just doing the work. Morax is going to completely lose his base here in the bottom right. He has nothing to stop it. Even if his AC was there, that the spam that would probably be enough to just overwhelm and kill him anyways. Morax is going to fall back on his fire base. Tech 1 AA here is going to kill a few Januses, but it is going to be futile. Januses are bombing his ACU, and it looks like it will indeed be game over. Nice X, though, by the way. Yep. Now the Januses make their final run. GG. GG. Morax did alright, but R4s, though, from what I've seen, R4s does a lot more 1v1 anyways, and it's a lot more experience, from my opinion. Well, I don't think it's experience really, because Morax is pretty solid himself. You know, he can hold his ground some decent positions. But the thing about Ras is 1v1s. I think Ras is more of a 1v1 person, R4sperdan, and I think he has a lot more experience with 1v1 and the 1v1 build orders. And as far as Morax goes, Morax is pretty solid, but he's more of a team game. He does a lot of team games as well. You know, he alternates around back and forth, and I don't think, from my understanding, I don't think he's had too much experience in with 1v1s. Still more than me. Don't get me wrong, but overall, though, in the end, the victory goes to R4sperdan. Anyways, well played by both. That is the end of the cast. There will be more coming eventually, even if I'm only uploading one every 3 weeks, because hey, a cast is a cast. Anyways, I'm BeastmodeGuNs, and I'll see you back in the FAF lobby. See ya.